Hello, hello. Hope everyone can hear me just fine. Uh, I've already started the drain. Today I got to do all the tanks. We're going to get Chad up here for those who might be awake during this ungodly hour. For whatever reason I can't open it. Next thing too. Not now. YouTube. Nothing works. None of YouTube's apps ever work properly. You notice that? Like, I can't even open my own live stream. Can't even open my own live stream on their own app. Ridiculous. Okay, so I've followed a workaround. I actually installed this screen up here a little while ago because this was a problem in the past. So now I just use a computer instead, and I can watch the chat without relying on their unreliable apps. Over here, you can see the tank levels dropped because I've shut the sumps down. Filters and heaters continue to run in all my tanks that have fish while I do their water changes. This one's actually still got its sump running because I'm draining this tank, but all my draining and filling occurs through the barrel. Actually set up that way, so the work is centralized. I'm doing all of these tanks down here at the same time through these barrels. And I just drain the barrels, and then when this is empty, I shut off that sump, finish draining the barrels, then I refill it all, and it works out to be a 50% water change. Now, the same is true over here. The Oscars have a reduced water level, and they don't even know it's happening. Their heaters and filters also continue to run, and that's how I do things up here in the north. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue on with the workload. We'll do one video for down here, and then I got a lot of work upstairs to do as well. Everybody's getting cleaned and changed today. Well, they should have done down here yesterday and upstairs today, but I've been dealing with a lot of stress lately and a lot of real life issues, so slowed me down a bit. But, we're getting her done. Everybody's going to be crystal clear real soon. far down we are over there. So it's an 840 gallon an hour pump that's in the barrels pumping out. This pump's at 430 gallons down there. So the barrel, this tank's almost empty and the barrel's almost half empty, you know? It just works so well. I'm surprised more people don't do this. I'm really surprised. Pet shops used to do this back in the day. They've even shied away from it for obvious reasons. Well, they've sectioned them out now into just upright racks because they don't want to infect their whole store. I've got everything linked. I keep this tank here disconnected because I want to use it for discus, and temperatures won't be right. And the rest of these big tanks are all just cold water tanks for now. Perhaps in the future, when I start producing thousands of discus, I'll heat these up and turn this whole system into like discus storage. But for now, it's not bad. I'm probably more than a year away from needing to do that, so might as well have some fun with some other species. Should I need ample amounts of room, disconnect the Oscar tank, sell off these little fish, turn all these into discus storage, and have a nice day. But like I said, that's a year or two down the road. I'm just going to keep building up the equipment until I get to where I need to be. Keep building up the stock until I get enough breeding pairs. It takes a while. It takes a while to do it the slow way. But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and then discus would be worthless. They fetch a high dollar because it takes a lot. It's not like the rest of the fish in the water. I've switched back to my other phone. This is a brand new phone, and this is the one I've been filming with lately. I don't know if you can see it, but shows you the camera manufacturer's name. Here, of course, I think it's coming up on you, maybe mirror imaged, but it's Lacia, and those guys make a camera, let me tell you. They make a camera. This is a Huawei phone, bought in 2019, and then the government started going all crazy on them. And honestly, I don't think Huawei did anything wrong. I think this phone started a trade war because it was so good. It kicks the crap out of even the Samsung sold today. The only thing I could say is it's only, it doesn't have 512 gigs of RAM in it. It had the first 100 zoom camera, and again, Lacia camera. So it's like this camera is better than any camera I've ever seen in a phone. And it was reasonably priced. It was, for flagship phone, it was a few $100s less than the Samsung option. And quite frankly, far more solid, way better built. And they scared, basically I went and bought this folding Samsung phone after because I thought they were going to cancel these. It was looking that way. But no, it's still got full Google services and everything else. The next model up though, no more Google. So, but this is the last model from that company that has full support for Google services. And it still does. So there's no need for me to buy a new phone when this folding phone's starting to, sometimes I open it and it doesn't turn on. And then I gotta close it and open it like 4 or 5 times. So it still works. It's working right now just fine. But I don't want to have to deal with that while I'm out trying to pay for things. Oh shit, my phone won't turn on. It's embarrassing. So this stays home now. I'll use it for filming YouTubes. Okay, so here we are. We pretty much drained the 75 down, lower 75 down as much as I want to. So now I'll disconnect that sump. A little bit of water from up here will drain down. The rest of it will go down into the barrels. I should keep my eye on the chat. I don't think anybody's here because it's so early in the morning. But all the same, the other side of the world might see me. And a lot of people watch my lives after the fact. So I'm okay with that. I didn't even check my volume to see if you can hear me well over this furnace. Probably can't. That's okay, I'll continue on with the work. If you can't hear me, let me know. See how low this water is? Oh yeah, it's time to switch. I'm gonna switch barrels. Doesn't take long. I do have to move the pump once throughout this whole process. That's the one time I have to move the pump throughout this whole process. Just once from one barrel to the next, and that's it. Alright. Now you can see the top tank is it's dropped its water level. It's about as far down as it's going to go. Maybe a little bit. Let's move some over here. And I just leave all the heaters on, all the filters on. Water continues to drain. And now I can even start filling that other barrel. Which I'll do now. Here's the hose. Get it opened up. It's opened up, hose is in place. I'll clamp it. Make sure nothing goes flying out. Sometimes that happens. Taps on, and now I'm filling barrel A while I'm draining barrel B, saving me some time. That could be. Let's see, have hose pressure. Why is that? I feel like I have hose pressure. It's running. Oh, it's running, so let me just let her go. Temperature. I'm missing the thermometer. Probably fell in the barrel last time. The cheese is destroyed. See this? Get my prime in the system. Oh, there's my leaf. This one's not touching yet. That's just, oh, there we go. I think it's starting to touch now. Seems like the tap's holding at about the right temperature, so I'm just going to leave that be. We should feed these little guys a little bit of flake. Hold the babies. The big parrots, the blood parrots are afraid for some reason. They're hiding. Once they see there's food in the tank, they'll come and kill. There's the little hungry hippos. Give them some pellets. Pellets for the big guys. There we go. Here they come. Lobsters we fed lots of protein yesterday, so they'll be fasting today. Yeah, we're going to leave the tap where it is because it's coming out about 75, 76. As long as you're in the 3-degree range, it's going to mix with the other water and there won't be any trouble. This tank started to form green algae finally. It was brown algae for months. Now we're moving into the green algae stage. I'm leaving it there so it outcompetes the brown algae. I'm just leaving it on the surfaces of the core. Wall. Got a few watchers. Don't forget to hit that like button. There it is. We'll run dry on the sump. Sump's finished pumping. We've finished the drain. Now we're just continuing to fill. The fill will overflow from the brown barrel into the blue barrel, and then it'll overflow into the lower 75. That'll fill up, and we'll re-engage the systems, and we're done. It's pretty fast. I think it might take me longer to do my 90 gallon, or around the same time, because I have to drain first completely, then I've got to fill it back up completely, and then I've got to fill the barrels after. So it actually takes longer upstairs on one tank than it does for me to do all of these similar sized tanks at the same time. Because I can fill while I drain. It cuts time. And it's all centralized. I don't have to move from tank to tank to tank. So that saves time. It's a very good system. It benefits me, it benefits the fish. The fish get to live in 450 gallons of water, and I get quick, easy water changes and less maintenance. This system's getting to the point it can run 2 weeks solid. I'm still not doing that, but it can. I'm doing it every week. Yep, hit you back. It's cold outside today, real cold. Not minus 30 yet, but we're only a few weeks away from that. You get the minus 30, minus 40s, and it's like just hunker down, stay home. Pretty much only go out for food. And now I can put some prime in the middle barrel. Is that right? It is 450 gallons, but I put in 300 gallons worth of prime, because by the time I engage I really probably only need about 220 gallons worth of prime, but by the time I engage the system, all of these units that are being filled will be dechlorinated. In a volume of water of 75 gallons, you only need 7 to 10 minutes to be absolutely sure, and my fill process takes longer than that. So it works out. Never had a problem. I could dose the whole 450 gallons with a prime, but I just don't need to, because it's everything's cut off and isolated. So as long as the prime is sat in the barrels in the lower system for 7 to 10 minutes, which it does, it's not an issue. There's also charcoal pads here and there throughout the system, and that would mop up whatever's left. I got a bag of charcoal in there. Everything runs through. Plus my filtration system is a charcoal block filter that's also taking a lot of the chloramine crap out of the water and the other chemicals. One thing I like to do at this point is I like to clear the hoses for the weir, just make sure there's no airlock. To help the system start better. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now that I cleared the weirs, once I restart the systems, it just goes. That's it. It's simple. So you got to make sure they don't get an air bubble in them or they don't start up. That's the only complication with the way I built these weirs. And after that, they run like a Swiss clock. I've never had a flood. You know, like when I was first setting it up, I had to play around a little bit, and I did overflow a few times, but I had to, you know, set flow rates and shit. But everything's good. Everything's perfect now. It's been running for months with these things. That saved me having to drill holes. The only drilled tank down here is this top one. Second barrel's now filling, then this one's going to fill. Actually going to go upstairs and start draining the hospital tank. No, I can't do that yet. Shouldn't do that yet, but I will be back. Temperature's holding. We're good there. I got enough time for smoke, so I'm going to suit up and go have myself a puff. We'll bring this over close to the tank next 5 or so minutes, so you can watch the parrotfish. They're very entertaining. Quite fun to watch. Now we'll be back shortly. Just checking temperatures real quick. Everything is looking good. Okay, and I got my little guy fixed up for a cigarette, and we're heading out. I'll be about 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Looks like we got a couple plus ones. Thank you so much. And I finished my little smoke break. Thank you for being patient if you're there. Yeah, I'm not expecting too many people to be watching me at 5:30 in the morning. I like to do my work early when I can. When I'm on the ball, that's when I do it. That's how we're doing things today. Just getting from outside. Take off my Canadian winter clothing. The layers. Oh yeah. Now we're at the point where we got both barrels full. And we're filling up to 75. I could actually start. I'm going to start this tank first. I'm going to start this tank. Now this tank here is beginning to fill back up. And once it fills back up, I'll just make sure the flow's running through the weir. Should be running. Sometimes I give it a little help if it's not. And once it starts, that's it. It's done. It's very simple to start it. A lot of times it starts on its own. But you always want to make sure it starts right, because there's like a air pocket or something. It could halfway reduce your flow rate. It can completely airlock the hose and stop it. So you just got to make sure that's not in there. Once it's flowing, you're good. It'll run for weeks. I'll turn the UV back on. No, I won't actually. I'll wait till we're done. I'll shut the UV down while we're doing this. I don't want it to affect the chlorination. I'm not sure if it had wrecked the prime and stopped the chlorination. I just shut UV down. Temperature's holding. Basically 75 degrees. This is 2 to 3 degrees below normal, which is completely fine. Yeah, and that's it. So, how easy that is. Finally got full. Like that. And I just securely place it here. And I'm going to do a charcoal bag. And we can see the wheels running as it should. Give it a transparent entry point that I've got going on. And do that. Now I'm going to start the Oscar tank, same routine. This one's a little harder to start because I run it with the sun. And it's not that, it's that the sun doesn't like starting. You got to pump it and do all sorts of good. It likes the airlock. It's happening. Slow again. It might be moving now. Sometimes I have to restart the power on the second. Yeah, okay, now we got the sun running. The Oscar tank's filling. I believe now's the time to start. Make sure this one's starting. There it is. Come on. Oh, you're right. Do it. Oh, here it is. There it comes. Here comes the air now. Yeah. Okay, we're good. That's it. That'll run stable for weeks now. Gotta make sure. Gotta keep those air bubbles out. It gets a little airlocked when it shuts off sometimes. But we won't have any more trouble. Yeah. Solid flow. Put a little electric on there. So once this 75 gets to the top, I re-engage the sump that sends the water up here. Done. The water level will drop a little bit on the bottom one, and that's it. It'll be done, it'll be safe. Sump out of there. That's that. Water's out of the hose. Hose is out of the sink. Plug the barrel heaters back in. Barrels are holding 75 degrees. The tank's between 77 and 78, so we're golden. This is perfect water change. And, once everything mixes together, we're good. Freshen up life for the fishes. Water clarity will be immaculate. fix that. Yeah, shit, something. That's good enough. The fill is completed. I'll kick in the last sump. Done. This tank will fill up now. And that's it. Start the overflow will start. Everybody will be happy. We got our fill hose out. And we're done. Let's have a look, see. Nice close up. At the completed setup. Grab the old phone here. Hello, Mr. Cooper. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just doing maintenance day, and I've just finished downstairs, and then we're gonna do the discus next. Gonna take a short break though, start a separate video for the discus, I think. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, I think a lot of people do maintenance today. I think a lot of people do. At least people who like clean tanks. There we go, there's a finished product. The water still hasn't completely mixed in yet. I'm actually pointing at old water. It's starting to mix with new water. This will be new water down here. Brand new water in both of those barrels. This tank's currently mixing as well. It amounts to a 50% water change, which is fine for these species. He's a little upset still because blood parrots do that. They're kind of like Oscars, they pout. The polar parrots are brave though, they don't give a shit. Oscar tank's also back in action. I got to do the filters next on this tank. And yeah, everybody's cleaned up, looking good. So it took me an hour to do all the tanks down here through the centralized system. Now watch, I'll go up, I'll do the discus tank. It's going to take me the same amount of time just to do that one tank, because it's, this centralizing stuff really speeds it up. It's great. Cut back my workload significantly. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to stop this one. I will be starting a new one after I take a short break and eat some breakfast. And then I'll do the discus upstairs. Ciao for now, bud.